Hello, everybody. Welcome back to some Cocktails and Rocktails with notorious groupie Allison Rouse. That would be me. For those of you who don't know who I am, just stumbling onto the channel, I'm a notorious groupie. The most notorious in rock and roll history because I actually ended up in rock and roll history. But I'm also the author of We've Got Tonight, The Life and Times of Notorious Groupie. Me. That's right. Thank you guys that are subscribed, that are here, that are awesome. You guys rock. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate the love, the support, the laughter, the friendship, the other experiences, all kinds of cool stuff you bring to my channel. Thank you so much, because today's subject is actually inspired by a conversation I was having with one of you guys that I've met through this channel. So it's awesome. Thank you guys. And for those of you who, again, are just stumbling on, everybody go down in the description because the link to get my book is there, my merchandise, the cocktail of the day, all kinds of things, and a video that we are basing today's discussion on. So all those links are down there. Go check it out. I want you to go watch the video before you actually come back so you guys can kind of see what I'm discussing. And I'll try to use a few pictures, still shots from the video. I got a copyright infringement on one of my videos, the short one I posted recently of me as a baby and stuff, all the pictures, because the song that I use is a song written for me. But it's not my song, but it is my song. So I don't know if I'll get a copyright infringement by using still shots from this video or not, but I'm going to try and put them up. If not, the link in the description. Go check it out and then come back. All right? So today's cocktail is going to be called the Ego Trip. And once you watch the video, you're going to find out why. And it's a little bit of Midori, Bailey's. It was supposed to be layered, and so it's crazy. So everybody, get on your ego trips, kick up your feet, and let's have a little cocktails and rocktails, shall we? Cheers, big ears. Oh. On the scale of Kip Winger, I'd still rather drink this. Yeah, the Kip Winger scale. That's how we're going to rate all the cocktails now. Okay, anyway. So now that you guys have watched the videos, I think you kind of are guessing what our subject is about. It's about Metallica. And how far they've come from the Metallica I knew. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not real happy with it because in the video you see these guys who, yes, they are the biggest band in the world, but they were the biggest band in the world when I was still hanging out with them. So they were such a different band. They were such different human beings, hearts and souls, compared to the egos they are now. And yep, that's the way we're headed. Some of you Metallica fans may not like this, but I'm telling the truth. From what I seen then compared to now. So you see these 4 limos coming down, all these security standing around, which, okay, I understand the security and stuff, but 4 limos from the dressing room, or was it the hotel? I'm not sure, but either way, super motherfucking pretentious. I'm sorry. This is like the band I used to hang out with made fun of people doing exactly what they just did. Going from, like I said, if it was the hotel, okay, that's asinine enough. But if it's from the dressing rooms to this stage, come on, boys. Really, you couldn't jump in the runner van and go to the stage together and get that energy going? Because those guys I used to know never had separate limos, never had separate planes like they do now, and always traveled together in the white hotel or white runner vans. Or the SUVs, whatever, there might have been 2, but they were always together. And that's the point. That was what made Metallica for me back then. The heart, the soul, the passion of Metallica was a unit that they were together as part of friends and a family. And okay, every band's not going to hang out when you're off stage. That's normal. You get sick of each other on the road, but you're that fucking cracked as a band from your heart and soul that you've just stepped into your ego so deeply that you need to take 4 separate stupid-ass Mercedes limos. Excuse me. 4 stupid-ass separate limos from your fucking dressing room to the stage? Really? Are you that precious? And Kirk had his guitar already slinged around, so I'm guessing it was from the dressing rooms to the stage and not the hotel, because why would you why everybody had their equipment strapped on? And like I said, that to me was asinine enough. But you watch them each get out, not a single one of them talks to each other. They talk to a couple of people around them briefly, Kirk mostly, but all of them sort of get out of their cars on their own except for one person. James Allen, really? You had to sit on your fucking Leo ass waiting for someone to open your door? Like you are some Pope John Paul or fucking the King of Saudi Arabia? Oh my God. Really? The Metallica I used to know would totally kick you guys' asses today. Because we, like I said, used to sit around making fun of how pretentious so many different limos were. Or even having one limo and cruising around the city or whatever. And you guys didn't travel like that. And you know, for me, this is kind of... Back then, Danny and I saw this coming. When they made their first video, which was a huge controversy, when they started to bow down to MTV, and we already knew they were going to be the biggest band in the world, we just thought it would still be on their terms. Because they did everything on their terms. No MTV, no radio play, but they still became the biggest band in the world. Yeah, so did Robert Plant with Led Zeppelin. And you know how he travels today? On a plane with his band and the road crew. All together. Because he still gets the fact that there is a road family. And when you're out on the road doing shows, doing live shows, you need that connection with your band and your crew. You need that energy, that heart and soul that makes those live shows really, like, just totally. And I know everybody thinks Metallica shows are awesome, but to me, I watch them and it's like, oh. I mean, the last show I went to was around 2005 or something, and even then I saw the total disconnect. There's no heart and soul. There's no passion on that stage. And this is all part of the reason why. Because they're coming in separate limos, because you're sitting in your limo waiting for the door to be opened, James Allen. Really? Couldn't open the door yourself and get out? Got out, laughed a little bit, and went to that stage without talking to any other band member. And, you know, it makes me wonder how fake some of the things going on lately, like you see the band huddles. How fake is that? Or when James was crying on stage. That makes me question that whole reality. Because, I mean, even Lars stuttered to get up and hug him. It was Rob Trujillo who was the first to hug him, which was genuine coming from Rob. But the rest of it just seemed fake. And when you're watching this video, I think it might put it more into perspective for you. Because, like I said, these are not the guys I used to know. They were huge, famous, the biggest band in the world, and becoming on their way. I saw them at that stage from a really cool indie thrash band to the biggest band in the world. But on the Black Tour, when politics and egos started entering the band and kind of making cracks in the brotherhood of the band and the heart and soul that held that band together and made great music and just incredibly passionate wild live shows and laughter and genuine moments and stuff, all that was starting to crack with the egos. And you know how I feel about the ego? Live in your heart and soul, people, because the ego will destroy you as a human being, and it will destroy your band, and it has with Metallica. But I mean, it's Danny and I knew back then. We bowed out. People have been like, oh, you were rejected by Metallica once he met Fran. Sweet pea, no, I wasn't. I was still seeing him. That's all I'm going to say about that. But fact is, we didn't want to go down the same roller coaster ride they were going on. We wanted to have fun at all the rides in the park and the roller coaster and everything, but we didn't want them to become exactly what they are today. Not not talking even before going on stage, coming to the fucking stage in how many separate limos, waiting for your door to be open, walking with your ego into a room rather than, or onto that stage, rather than with your heart and soul, and seeing your band members and going, fuck yeah, dudes. And hey, thank you for being great friends to me, because after that little stunt in Brazil, you'd think James would be appreciative of his band members. That they even got up off their asses and consoled him with everything he's going through that he's not telling the rest of the world. The rest that many of us inside know about, and all the rest of the world is speculating about. So how true was the cuddle puddle in Brazil? And as much as I adore James, I think he is a good person in so many ways, and he's got such great heart and soul, but he moved that heart and soul away from the band. Every single one of them did. As we can see by their no contact. Their different cars. Them not talking to each other. Hell, James not even talking to anybody. Kirk's new girlfriend, Monique, standing awkwardly around, not knowing where to go, not even talking to the rest of the band. I mean, I remember when we would be walking to the stage with them, and it'd be the whole band together coming from the dressing room, or in golf carts, or in the same hotel van, whatever. And it'd be everybody just laughing, high-fiving, we're gonna kick ass tonight, let's go, guys. Just being cool with each other and loving the unit and the passion and the family that is the band. And being able to have a family outside of it, but also understanding these are your bastard cousins just as much as they're your family, just like everybody else. And it makes me so sad to watch this little clip of them coming, because where'd the heart and soul of my boys go? And it showed through the music. Like, since the Black album, they really haven't had a lot of great, passionate, deep heart and soul hits. There's been a couple that have been really awesome, but compared to like Master of Puppets and Black album and everything they had pre-Black album, there were hit after hit after hit, and everybody loved every single song. Now you're lucky to get one good one off the album. And look at that video. You know why. And like I said, I know bigger bands, more legendary bands. And it's hard to know more legendary bands than Metallica. There's only a few, but I know them all. They don't travel like that. They may have separate dressing rooms. Everybody needs their space. That's cool. But they all get together and they all get this. And you can see, like, every band has what I call the Führer. And you know who it is? Lars may handle the business of Metallica better than anybody else, but James controls everything. And you can tell by the way he gets up like King Leo out of his car and struts first onto that stage. It's all about actions. I'm a big people watcher. And you watch their unthought, just normal, subconscious actions. And wow, motherfuckers. James, you should give me a call, because maybe you do need someone like me in your life to bring you back down into that heart and soul and flick that ego right off that chip on that shoulder. Because I'm sorry, like I said, James is a good person, and he was a good dad, and I don't think he's been told enough throughout the past 30 years what a great guy he is, and what a great fucking band and musician, and how dare you let that legacy just slide into this. Like I said, I know bigger bands that travel more together than you guys on one tour than you guys have in the past 10 years. So, sorry guys, but if you need to go from the hotel or from the dressing room to the stage, get in the fucking runner van together like you used to. Get that bond going instead of those separate egos and those disagreements about band politics or regular politics or personal lives or different hobbies or different opinions. Drop that shit. Get your head out your asses. Every single one of you. But James, I don't know why you've become so soulless and empty, but I have a few good guesses why. and why the band is such a piece of shit to you now, and you think you're all that's holding it together. No, those 3 guys are holding it together for you. I want to see the human beings I used to know. The human beings in one car being cool. So that's my opinion, and that's the difference between the guys I used to know and the guys they are now. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I've been with crown princes from Saudi, from Monaco, from a few countries, and they never sat there as pretentious as waiting someone to open the door. They wouldn't get out of the car until they opened the door. There you go. Oh, did you hurt your wrist, honey? Do you need me to coddle you? Because I have coddled you before, James. I'll do it again. If that brings out the best heart and soul for you, I'll do it. So, call me Kay. Seems you need me in more than a reboundy way. All right, guys. So, there's my little rant of the day. Again, that video just sort of got me thinking. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments. Tell me your opinion, especially the Metallica fans. I want to hear it. A lot of people have a lot of questions about how they are off stage, what's going on in James's personal life, why the ring is missing, this and that. Put them down there in the comments, and I'll do another question and answer that's specifically about Metallica. Because these are not the boys I used to know. These are not the human beings, the heart and souls, the passion, the guys who lived for the fucking music. And it's okay to live for other things when you have kids and you have a life outside of the band. That's okay, but you have to balance it and not say that this is my way or the highway and fuck you and this and that, because each and every single one of them do it, but the King of the Jungle does it more than anybody. So all right, guys, thanks again for all the love and support you've given me. I hope you guys enjoy these episodes. I hope you kind of enjoy where I'm taking the channel in a bigger direction than just my stories, but I do have more stories coming from my book and that are not in my book. I might be talking about the bass player that I will never name. And it's not John Entwistle, guys, so don't go there because I've named him. I have to. All right. Thanks again for all your love and support, you guys. And for those of you who are just stumbling on, hit that subscribe button. Hit the like. Hit the share. Spread me like I spread my legs in the 80s. And don't forget to hit my bells. And join me back here with some more cocktails and rocktails with Notorious Groupies. Cheers, big ears.